I told you, my predictions are always right. Literally, nobody listens, but you know, I said it and it happened. Don't know if I mentioned, but my prediction was correct. Every single time. Hello Crypto Finder crew, back today with another video. Today I'm talking about 5 coins that I believe are at a perfect opportunity to buy in low. Maybe the last opportunity that we will see for a long time, if ever. Okay, so probably looks very overwhelming. I get it. You're probably already over it. You know, it's been a couple of days since the dump, but I have good news. That's not the news. The news is that we have just perfectly set up for the moon. And honestly, whenever a big drop like this happens, unless obviously you bought at the peak, then it's not happy days at all. It's quite painful. But whenever a dump does happen, it's good news. It's opportunity. The first thing that comes to mind when we see this, because when that happened, look what happened after. We saw a new all-time high. I'm not like, there's no guarantee that we haven't just entered a bear market and it's just going to continue plummeting down to $100. I'm not saying that's not possible. Anything's possible with crypto, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Okay, look at where we are on the RSI on the daily. We're at the very bottom of oversold. Guess what that means? We've just hit the 05 mark. You know, we tested the 328, it bounced straight off it. We're well within the territory. Well, not within the ideal territory. It closed below the 618 line, but it's all good news, guys. I think we're in a good setup for $87K to $100,000 Bitcoin. Let's have a look at where we're at with coin market cap. Bitcoin has dropped below the $1 trillion market cap. That's big news. So seeing that drop below is quite good. Again, because we know it's been over $1 trillion, we know targets, we know it's possible, we will be back up there. It's just another opportunity to get in on some good coins. Look, everything is down apart from Terra. Crypto has been booming and it keeps growing. Market caps keep going up and up to points where Bitcoin has seen over $1.3 trillion in market cap. That is a huge achievement and it's a huge sign that the world is adopting cryptocurrency. In fact, I've proven this with my friend Charlie by going out there in central London and asking strangers what they think of cryptocurrencies and if they even know anything about Bitcoin. The majority of them, spoiler alert, had no idea. So go check out that video up there. Right, for today's video, what I want to talk about are 5 coins that I've always had investments in, but I never thought that we would be at the price point they're at now. And therefore, this is a huge opportunity to get in low. I also have a fun fact / golden nugget at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Now let's have a look at coin market cap. So the way I see it at the moment, right? You have all of these top dogs, but some of them, like Terra, are 30% up even during this dip that we're experiencing right now. That's an interesting sign. I'm keeping an eye on Terra. However, some of the other coins are down by 25%, and these are some of the coins I want to talk about because over the last 7 days, which is prior to the big dip that we saw, everything was quite bullish. So the fact that these are down 25% in the last 7 days suggests that they could be at a price point that is an absolute bargain. Now, I've opened some of these up. Let's have a look at Polkadot first. DOT has been a hot topic coin lately. And if we have a look at this resistance it's experiencing here, it bounced off last week that we saw close yesterday. Currently Monday today, the 6th of December. Apologies if the market's changed, but this is what I'm anticipating. We've seen resistance here. As you can see, the wick, the bottom of this candle just here, you can see it resisted and bounced off it and closed up here. Of course, this week has started with another bearish run, which actually for me is a good sign. It's a sign that we're looking more to the upside than the downside, because my observations is when a candle opens, so today's Monday, it's just opened, and immediately starts going down without any wicks on the top. To me, that's a suggestion that what it will do is wick down, but then start building back up, leaving a bottom wick like these. See this one here? It wicked down, this one opened, wicked down, but then carried on going to the upside and off it went upwards. So because we saw loads of resistance here, it bounced off, and already this week, just today alone, it had more resistance on here. Let me just zoom in a bit more. Yeah, so you can see it wicked and hit this resistance line bang on there. And then today alone, it did that again, and it's come all the way back up. My anticipation is that it's actually hit possibly its lowest point already. Now, whether we're gonna see a bull run straight from here, I don't know. It could go up and then bounce off it again to go up. It might stretch into January for all I care, very possible. But it is at a very low point, if you think about it, right? So from the point we're at now, all-time high that it's ever been, that's 120% to the upside potential. That's huge. So if you were to buy in here, even if it were to trickle down, we know it's been up there before. We know it's hit the $55 mark. That's a target in itself, and more likely than not, cryptocurrency is it's just still an infant. It's still a baby. Trust me. Don't trust me. This is not financial advice. You can't listen to me because I'm an idiot and I'm probably completely wrong. So completely disregard everything I say. This is, okay, you get the point. All right, so that's Polkadot. Great opportunity, 120% between the all-time high and where we're at now. So that automatically is a profit you could gain. I'm sure we'll see it go up into the 70s, 80s, and 100s somewhere in the future. Right, next one, I have picked VeChain. VeChain's something I've actually made quite a lot of money on back here. So I was quite successful with that. And seeing VeChain all the way back down here, for me, is just pure gold. I mean, it is a huge opportunity to the upside. Look, so even same thing here. Look at all that resistance. I'll run through that now in a second. But just from where we are at now, swing to the highest point that it's ever been. That's 217%. That's another 2x you could gain. You know, sure, can it go further down? Quite possibly, but we've already seen quite a lot of resistance here, right? So let's draw out a little resistance line. By the way, if any of my terminology I'm using is not clear, you don't understand technical analysis, check out my video up here. I did 5 indicators that I use for my trading, where I explain in a little bit more detail how these things work. But yeah, going back to the resistance line here, let's plot it out. Yeah, it's pretty much bang on there. So look at that. You can see we've seen resistance, huge resistance in this general area. We've seen resistance in this area. It dipped below. We saw it kind of dance around here. Seen resistance here. We've seen loads of resistance in this general vicinity. You get the point, right? So we're back in this area again, and look, it's very possible we're going to bounce straight off it. It could do what it did here. Yeah, we could see more resistance down all the way down here. But as an entry point, I mean, that's a bargain. That's a bargain. Anyway, that's VeChain, right? So from, like I said, from where we are now, VeChain, we could be seeing the sort of 217% mark gains as a 240. How have I gone from 217 to 40? I don't know. Anyway, you get the point. Over 200% gains. I'm sure this is just a baby little, tiny little wick that in many years to come will be insignificant. It'll probably be somewhere down there, and we're talking about that kind of level way later. Next one, EOS. EOS is also one that I've done quite well on. EOS has had a lot of fluctuations, had a lot of movement. It's got a lot of potential to the upside as always. These are the grandma coins, let's be honest. They're not anything new. In fact, they're probably the boring coins, let's be honest. But they're boring because they're more on the safe side compared to something like a shit coin that nobody has any guarantee of going anywhere. If anything, probably gonna lose all your money. These ones I have faith in because they have reputation, they have history, they have... You get the point. So, EOS, again, let's do a swing from where we are at now to a swing high. That's nearly 400%. You know, we've seen EOS there before. You know, it came crashing down after launch, but then eventually reached almost where it started, well, bang on where it started at, up here, at the $14 mark. I mean, we're literally scraping the bottom. This is a huge opportunity. I can't believe I haven't even taken advantage of this myself. I'm so going in on this, and do not listen to me, okay? Because this is not financial advice. If it was financial advice, I would be charging you a lot of Bitcoin for the advice, but I'm not, so it can't be, right? Do what you want, do your own research. Right, next one. I pronounce this as Aave, just like I would pronounce the name Aaron.
It's pronounced Aaron?
Son of a bitch!
I believe, and I haven't done my homework on this, so don't quote me, but I know that Mark Cuban had a huge investment in Aave, and that speaks volumes. So, actually, do you know what? Let's just check quickly. Mark Cuban, Aave. Mark Cuban is convinced that this is the way forward. Banks should be scared, he says. So yeah, Aave, backed by Mark Cuban, you know, that's hype. That's good news. But here we are, another coin that has backing, and from where we are now to the wick high that it's ever been at, another 280%. Look guys, we're buying the market cheap now. If the market's been there before, on these major coins like these, we're not talking about some shitcoin that has absolutely no backing, no utility, nothing. These have backing and utility, so I'm not going for your boring ones. These ones still have opportunity to go all the way up. Number 5, Chainlink. Now Chainlink, also another one that I've done well off the back of, and for me it's a blessing to see it at the price point it's at now, because I remember withdrawing up in the 40s. Seeing it at $18 is a huge opportunity. You know, from here to the top, it's more than double. So seeing it at $18 is a bargain again. Like, my theory is if it's been up there before, and again, not talking about some pancake swap bullshit, talking about the main big dogs that are in the top 20, top 30 on CoinMarketCap. If they've been there for a while, there's likelihood that they're gonna stay there and actually continue rising. Why do I think this way? Because cryptocurrency is still at early phase of adoption. Like I said earlier, not many people actually own crypto. They might have heard about it, but it's the likes of you and me that feel like we know everything about crypto because we've got our money invested in it, but the reality is most people don't. Chainlink is one of the other ones I would look at very closely, keep an eye on it. Big opportunity. Now the golden nugget that I promised you, something I discovered recently, I don't know why I've only just discovered this. I hope it's not just me. This page where it's talking about, so you're not a Bitcoin whale, but what kind of Bitcoin sea creature are you? So apparently there is an entire food chain of sea creatures that are categorized. So you've got your miners, exchanges, nothing major there, but it all starts with shrimps. Shrimps. The guys that buy low, the guys that buy at the bottom. Then you start getting your claws, you get to a crab status. Those are the ones that own between 1 and 10 Bitcoins. You know, the majority of us retailers, we're the shrimps. Then you become an octopus if you've got 10 to 50. You get the idea. So whales are not even the top of the food chain. Still got your humpback. Those are the ones that have more than 5,000 Bitcoins. My God, I mean, imagine having 5,000 Bitcoins. Oh, one day I'm totally gonna get to that level. Anyway, guys, that's a little nugget for you in case you didn't know about the seafood food chain. Hope this video has been useful, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. None of this has been, what's it called? That's right, financial advice. Good luck with your trading. Monitor the markets. Don't make silly decisions and buy off feeling. Do your research. Make sure you know what you're doing. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.